Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, it's time once again for the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Happy Thursday to you all. My name is Rich Herrera. That is the Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Rich.
Did you just give me a cheesy point?
I just gave you a cheesy thumbs up.
Oh, I thought you gave me a cheesy point.
Oh no,
Like, hey.
No. I don't do the Fonzarelli.
Boom, boom.
I don't
boom,
do
boom.
I don't do that. I don't know the.
Okay.
Nah.
I just looked at the Dragon Ball cam on YouTube, but I was wondering if you gave me that. Hey.
Nah,
cheesy
nothing like
look.
that.
All
Nothing
right,
like that.
anyway.
I'm not that old school. I'm old school, but not that old school.
Why is that old school? That's just cheesy.
I mean, that's
I'm old school. Are you calling me cheesy?
a little bit.
What? I will walk in there.
Oh, hey, don't be trying to give me a Will Smith now.
Now you just ruined it for me. All right, you win. Go ahead. I'll let you do the rest of the show.
No. You got the headphones on. You've got your mic stand exactly where you want it right now. It'd be a waste of effort.
Okay. Anyway, shut up. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're coming to you live from the studios. He's just going to stand there and smile all day long because he won the early Woody repartee. Is that what it is? He's just sitting there. You should go look on Facebook Live at Wildcats 1290 because he's just sitting there with the biggest grin on his face because he won the early verbal jousting here on the program.
Give the fans a little wink and a smile. That's all you can do.
You're number one. I'm going to smack you.
This
show has just started.
You can't send that number one anymore.
This show is just, I'm going to have to work hard to rescue the rest of this show. Anyway, hope everybody's having a great day. Tommy Lloyd had a press conference. Would have carried it for you live, but it ran into the back end of Arizona baseball. Cats win today. Big home run, big grand slam, big fly today. Helps pace the Arizona Wildcats to victory over Utah. First of their 3-game set they'll play tomorrow. It's a 10 o'clock first pitch tomorrow and 10 o'clock on Saturday as well, so they play day games in Salt Lake City. So we'll give you the best of Tommy Lloyd's press conference today. Reggie Gary's going to stop by the program, Arizona broadcaster and Wildcat extraordinaire. We'll talk to him. And Bruce Pascoe of the Arizona Daily Star joins us at 5 o'clock. So we got plenty of coverage on Arizona basketball. Of course, the big news that happened yesterday during the program, Ben Mathurin makes it official. He is off to the next level. He's going to try his game in the National Basketball Association. And to that, I say good luck, congratulations, and thank you very much, Ben Mathurin. Because the University of Arizona does what the University of Arizona does best. And what is that, Dragon Ball?
We send folks to the league.
Think about this. In the illustrious history of the University of Arizona, what are the Cats best known for? It's sending players to the next level. Sean Elliott, Steve Kerr, Andre Iguodala, Jason Terry. Keep going.
Mike Bibby, Richard Jefferson,
Keep
Channing
going.
Frye.
Right. Luke Walton. You can keep going and going and going. That's what Arizona's legacy is in the game of basketball. The Cats do what Cat basketball is all about, and that's sending players to the NBA. And with Ben Mathurin on his way to the NBA, Arizona continues to do something that is a byproduct of the success for the University of Arizona. It's a byproduct of the success for the University of Arizona. Arizona sends guys to the league. And there's a whole bunch of them that have gone. In fact, I was thinking about this today. Why is Arizona an elite program? Ooh, Rich, blasphemy. Well, how dare you ask that? No, this is a legitimate question. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Can we all agree Arizona is a blue blood program? Everybody raise your hand. Yes? Okay. If Arizona is a blue blood program, why are the Wildcats a blue blood program? What makes them elite? Why is Arizona considered to be upper echelon in a special program? Why is Arizona basketball held in such high regard? Why is Arizona basketball such an iconic commodity? Now I'm making you think. Now I'm making your head spin a little bit because I don't know if anybody's ever asked you this question before. Why is Arizona such an important basketball program in the grand scheme of the game of basketball in the United States of America? What is Arizona best known for? And what is Arizona's pedigree? Ooh. My rule is, if you don't ask the tough questions, you never get the right answers. This is not blasphemy. It's not taking pot shots at anybody. It's just asking an honest question. There are no sacred cows here, Dragon Ball. We'll ask anything. So the question is, of the legacy of this basketball program, why is it that Arizona is such a special place? We all agree it is. We all agree that Arizona is a blue blood. We all agree that Arizona is an elite program. But why? Why are the Cats such a iconic program? Ooh, this cuts down to your core, doesn't it? Because now it makes you question yourself. And that's what I want to do today. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. It's not meant to be disrespectful. I always tell folks on the radio, and I'll share this with you. The first time somebody did this to me, I got mad. I freaked out. They had asked something, and I was like, how dare you ask that? And my partner at the time looked at me, and he goes, well, if you're afraid to ask those questions, then you'll never get all the right answers. So I'm going to ask you a question that's going to cut down to your core, and it probably will offend some of you. It's not meant to, but it's meant to be very, very candid and very, very real. Why is Arizona an elite program? I've already told you that it is an elite program, so I'm not questioning whether it is or not. What I'm questioning is, what I want to ask you is, why is it? Not is it, but why is it? What makes Arizona basketball so iconic and so special? 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. By the way, you can also email us, because this is a tough one, Dragon Ball, right? People are wincing, listening. They're like, how dare you even question what we're all about? Why not? Question boldly, my friends, and then you get the right answers. You can email studio@wildcatsradio1290.com, studio@wildcatsradio1290.com. I'm still working on trying to figure out how to get the text messages to work. So don't text me, but you can email me. And the email address is studio@wildcatsradio1290.com. Has that sunk in yet, this jarring question that I just punched you in the face with? I know the Cats are special, but why? Dragon Ball, do you dare to venture a guess? Because I have the answer.
This is a team that generates pro-level talent.
A program.
Yeah, this is a program that generates pro-level talent.
That's it right there. The legacy of Arizona Wildcat basketball is a program that is a winning elite program at the college level that puts players into the National Basketball Association in great numbers. You come to the University of Arizona, you're going to win. You're going to win a Pac-12 title. You're going to be ranked in the top 20. You're going to go to the tournament. And you have an opportunity to play in the National Basketball Association. That's the legacy of Arizona basketball. Oh, okay, Rich, I guess that's all right. Aren't you short shrifting us just a bit? Tell me what the legacy of Arizona basketball is. Tell me why this is such hallowed ground. Because there are other places where they win, and they're very successful, but they can't put a player in the league to save their lives.
And some of them that they do, they don't turn out that well.
Or there's other places where they put a ton of players into the league, but they haven't won in forever.
Mm-hmm.
Define what Arizona basketball is all about for me today. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We're coming to you the studios of Wildcats Radio 1290. They're brought to you by Casino del Sol, Soul Sports. Bet easy, win big, bet local, Casino del Sol. So Ben Mathurin, as he goes into the league, he does what Arizona does best, which is put players into the league. You come to the University of Arizona, you do your job, you put your work in. This is a training ground to put you into the next level. That's why you get all the best players coming here. That's what Jed Fish is trying to duplicate on the football side. Jed Fish is trying to do what Lute Olson did, which is find kids that want to develop their talent, help build a winning program, and then make the jump to the next level. That's how they sell at Alabama and Clemson and LSU and Michigan. It's how they used to sell at the University of Miami. Miami used to tell people all the time, we have more Canes in the NFL than anywhere else. So if you're a high schooler and you think you're good enough to play in the league, come to the U and you'll follow in the footsteps of everybody else that's been here, and you'll be part of that long line of football players that made it into the league. That's why when Jed Fish has his coaching clinic, he has Coach McVay of the world champion Los Angeles Rams here. Why? Because when they're out recruiting and they're saying, hey, listen, you should come to the University of Arizona. And you want to know why? Because we have the coaching staff and the facilities and the program that could put you into the league. You want to know why? Because our head coach was in the league. Looks, the Super Bowl champion coach is on our campus, giving clinics, teaching our guys what he knows. The head coach of the Patriots is coming by. This is a program that if you come here and you become part of what we're doing, you've got a chance to play at the next level. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number for you to join us. So tell me, what is Arizona basketball all about? If you had to meet somebody for the very first time and you were going to tell them about how great the Arizona Wildcats are and what McHale Center is all about, how would you explain this to him? Oh, now you got to think. Now you've got to come up with something. So here's the scenario. We'll have a scenario for you here. You meet somebody from Mars who just rolls in and he goes, what's McHale Center all about? I see everybody walking around with Arizona Wildcat stuff. What's that all about? Explain to me what the Wildcats are. How do you tell him? What do you tell him? What does he need to know about why this truly is a blue blood in college basketball? 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. And again, I know somebody's going to be offended. How dare you? How dare you? No, not how dare me. But I think you have to define who you are to know where you're going next. And we'll get into that a little bit later with the program. Let me grab some telephone calls. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Let me start with Eduardo on line one. Bear down, Eduardo. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290. How are you? Good afternoon.
I'm doing well, Rich. How are you doing?
I'm great. What's going on, man? Tell me, what's Arizona basketball? How do you define it?
Well, it's not only Arizona basketball, but it's I think it's all sports. If you hire the right people, and that's a broad spectrum of, athletic directors knowing what they're doing and coaches that know what they're doing, you're going to have a successful program. And we've been very lucky past years to have, coaches like Tomey,
right,
and Lute Olson, and now we've brought in a great cast of coaches within the past 2 or 3 years that are going to do very well in football. I can see it in Jed Fish, and I can also see it in our coach, our basketball coach.
And Tommy Lloyd, right.
And we have, Tommy Lloyd, and then we have, we have the tennis team, we've got the golf teams,
right.
We have Adia,
yep.
In basketball. They're all wonderful people that know how to treat people, and if you treat them well and you know what you're doing, you're gonna be successful. Just like the Lute Olsons were, everybody respected them, and these coaches are respected. And you have to hire the right people to do it.
And it's probably not as easy. It's probably not easy in this day and age as well, where society has changed and the kids have changed, quite frankly.
Right.
You've got the portal.
And
so anytime a player is not happy at a school somewhere, they can just jump in the portal and go, hey, coach doesn't want to start me right away. Fine, I'll jump in the portal.
Right. Well, it's like I said, not only is it hiring the right people, but recruiting the right people for your program. That never happened with Olson. It's not going to happen with Tommy Lloyd. I mean, those guys are well respected, and I see the same thing in Jed. I see it in Adia. Adia's going to win a national championship. There's no doubt about it.
No doubt in my mind. I see it with Chip. I see it with Chip when he talks to young ball players. And, you know, is there anybody coaching in college baseball that knows more about player development than Chip Hale? I think not.
Yeah, that's another thing. You're right. I mean, for him to take over the program, and I really don't know how many kids he kept, but still, you have to give them the right mindset. They have to respect you as a coach, and you've got to deliver. But you also have to respect, you know, your players as well as, you know, your brother, your sister, your mother.
Right.
More towards your parents, but you know, it's
your community.
That's the way it works. And
yeah.
These coaches know what they're doing. Unfortunately, we've had some coaches that weren't that. What's the word for it? They just didn't
connect.
Mix well,
right?
And it was about them.
Their culture didn't fit with what Tucson's about, I think, is what it was. Eduardo, I appreciate your call. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon. Bear down. Let me grab David real quick on line two. David, Benvenitos, mi amigo. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290. Bear down. What's up?
Buenos dias, Rich. How you doing?
How was that for me just trying to sneak in Spanish there for apparently no reason?
No, you're doing great, Rich. You're doing great.
All right, here's your $5. Go.
All right, Rich. Your previous caller, he hit part of it right on the nail, right on the head. It has a lot to do with coaching, and when we put in good coaches, women and men who are focused on the student athlete, that's going to be a big part of it. But I really think it's the periphery things because, like you said, we know that this is an elite school in many ways, but to get the kids here to begin with, we need those things on the periphery. This is a wonderful destination school, weather-wise, school-wise. It's a beautiful place to be, Tucson. And I think Tucson sells itself. The school sells itself to these students. The weather, it sells these students on that. Then when you can add premier athletics, that just adds to it. It's a bonus. But I'll tell you one thing is that when these kids come here, this is a epitome of a college town, and we hold these kids in such high regard. We love our athletes here at the U of A. We love them here in Tucson. You know, you get a high-profile guy going to L.A., to USC or UCLA, they have to compete with professional teams, other college teams. There's so much to do there, athletically speaking, that they get lost in the mix.
Well, okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Be held in high regard.
Hold on a second. Yes and no, because I've worked in L.A. I've worked in L.A. and San Francisco and some other towns as well. This is the biggest college town in America. So if you come to the University of Arizona, you are a big deal. You are a big fish in a small pond. Our small pond is bigger than Baton Rouge and Gainesville and South Bend and Ann Arbor. So we're the biggest college town in America. What do they say? We're the biggest small town in America. We're the smallest city in America. We're the biggest small town in America. So there's a lot of great things. Now I will tell you this though, being a star at the University of Southern California is a whole other universe. Because yes, you're competing with the Dodgers and the Lakers, and you're competing with LeBron James for the front page of the newspaper, but you have a lot of extra perks in there in Hollywood, in the music industry, in the entertainment industry. Believe me, it goes all the way back to John Wayne. Marion Morrison was a injured football player at USC who was working as an extra and became a Hollywood icon only because he was a Sigma Chi at the University of Southern California working as an extra, and when he got hurt and couldn't play football anymore, he went into acting full-time. If he hadn't gone to school there, we never would have had a John Wayne.
No, I absolutely agree with that, Rich. I think that that's changed a little bit, though, over the last couple of decades, and it could also coincide with that there has been a little bit of a kind of falling off with those teams. Now, from a football perspective, I agree with you. When they have great football players at USC, everybody knows about them. Their basketball teams at both UCLA and USC, I think they have suffered a little bit from maybe lack of talent.
Well, it's not. They're not basketball.
There's a lot going on.
USC is not a basketball school. Never will be. It's all about football. UCLA. It's interesting. The Wizards of Westwood, the Sons of Westwood, aren't really in the mind's eye of Southern California the way they were before. But then also think about is the UCLA Bruins are the top dogs around. When the Wizard of Westwood left, that's when Showtime LA Lakers took off. So there is a basketball appetite, but that's a big stage to share with LeBron.
Absolutely. But I just think that as far as Tucson goes, I think that this is an environment that caters to players coming here.
Right.
If they want to show their skills off.
Absolutely. Hey, get out of here. I got to go. Thanks for the call, David. Bear down. All right. Coming up, we'll talk with Reggie Geary. Also, a little bit later in the program, Christian Coloco, Dalen Terry, are they coming or are they going? Are they staying or are they leaving? I'll tell you what I think they should do. That's all coming up. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Coloco. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Coloco, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellis, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps out of the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big
Early
time.
on the field is a safety.
Yes. That's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Hebert. They just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
TCU not going to foul yet. Mathurin looking at Tommy Lloyd. Shot clock at 15. Mathurin back and forth dribble. 10 to shoot now. Long ways from the bucket. Off to Dalen Terry. Terry looking for help. 6 to shoot. Way outside to Mathurin. 3, 2. Mathurin forces the 3 off the rim. No good. Follow. Koloko jams it home. And the Cats up by 5.
Offensive rebound, and the man of the night, Christian Koloko. 12 of 13 from the field, 28 points.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base.
Show rolls on. Rich Herrera with you. Thanks for joining us. Big news around McHale the last 24 hours. Ben Mathurin, the worst kept secret in the entire world, maybe even worse than Elon Musk trying to buy Twitter, has decided that he is going to try his hand at moving to the next level onto the NBA. To react to that and give us his thoughts, we run out to our guest hotline. Joining us right now, a voice very familiar to Wildcat fans, part of the broadcast crew for the University of Arizona, Reggie Gary, our guest here at Wildcats Radio 1290. Bear down, Reg. How are you?
Hey, bear down, Rich. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much. What's your reaction, Ben deciding to move on to the next level, try his hand at the NBA?
I mean, as you mentioned it was something kind of we were all anticipating. He just had a spectacular year this year, and a guy who just put himself in position for, all the accolades, Pac-12 Player of the Year, second-team All-American, Wood and Ward finalist. So it's just kind of that natural progression when you have years like that and receive that kind of attention, that you make that leap. And obviously from a selfish standpoint, I wish he would stay and we could enjoy him for another year, but it's probably the right move for him right now, in his young career.
Why is it the right move for him to go on? I've been weighing back and forth. My thought was, I don't know if he'll ever have a higher draft stock. And somebody told me once, don't ever turn down your first opportunity at $1 million because you never know whether they're going to ever get that offer again. Why do you think it was the right time for him to go?
Yeah, I believe it's the right time for him. In a simple fact, it seems like the word coming out from the NBA and those people in the know is that he's going to be a lottery pick. And, end of the day, you go to college to hopefully get a job. And once again, he's put himself in a position where he projected to be a lottery pick. That means he has 3 years really to kind of figure out the NBA game and get his feet adjusted and really get acclimated to that level of play while putting a lot of money in his pocket. And so I just think the probability of him of not getting drafted, obviously, it falls down greatly, becomes almost 0 to none. So, like I said, he's going to be on a good team. He's going to be making money, and more importantly, his game shows that he's ready. The NBA is a shot-making league. It really influences on the offensive side, and one thing Ben Mathurin can do is put the ball in the basket.
Drill down a little bit deeper for me when you're talking about he has 3 years to develop his game in the league. What's that mean?
Yeah, so, the difference between a first rounder and a second rounder is usually the guaranteed years. Usually if you're a lottery pick, you get 3 years guaranteed, and that's huge because when you're one of those individuals, and I can speak because I was a second-round draft choice in the NBA, I was on a 1-year contract, and it's just much more difficult. With the 3 years, that first year you can play, which everyone hopes to do, but if you don't, you have an opportunity to learn. That second year, you can come out and play and get more acclimated to that level, and then that third year, now you're in your contract year. You've now experienced a couple of years, you're feeling confident, and you're really able to kind of prolong your career now with hopefully a second contract. So, just getting that 3 years in your pocket, just to have that time to mature and grow is just huge.
How much pressure is it if you only have that 1 year or less than 3 to show your wares? Because guess what, Reggie? There's another group of kids that are graduating that want to take that job away from you.
Yeah, no, it's extremely tough. And once you're out, it's very difficult to get back into professional sports, whether it's NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. Once you're out of it, it's very difficult now to go through the minor league system or overseas and get back in because, as you mentioned, there's another class that's right behind you. And so, and that's why it's so important that kids, when they make this decision to leave college early, to sign with an agent, that they really have a good understanding of the landscape and what's out in front of them. Because being on one-year deals, you come in and from day one, it's just a very cutthroat environment where you don't have that cushion, just that stability or that comfort of knowing I'm going to make the team regardless of how I play. You have to play well from day one, and it really makes you grow up very, very quickly, and it's just a very difficult path.
Reggie Gary joining us right now on Wildcats Radio 1290 as we talk about Ben Matherin, who will be trying to take his game to the very next level. You experienced this, and a lot of people who played at McHale Center have experienced this, what it's like when you're still just trying to get by as a college kid, compete, go to classes, just be an Arizona Wildcat basketball player with everybody whispering in the air, "Oh, Reggie, you're ready. The league wants you." It's not as easy as you would think. It might be flattering in the beginning, but there were times where Tommy even said, "Hey, listen, I had to sit down and slow Ben down because there's so many different people pulling at him."
Yeah, I know it really is difficult because, as you mentioned, there's just so many third parties out there, whether it is your parents, your friends, agents and their runners, the national media. Everyone's kind of, telling you how great you are, and you really can get ahead of yourself. And so it's important when you're going through this process that you have someone like Coach Tommy Lloyd, who's been through this, with as many years at Gonzaga and now here dealing with high-level athletes who are ready to go to the NBA. It's important that you have a support system around you, and it sounds like Ben does. His sister, Jennifer, was a Division I athlete. He's been in the under 19 and under 17 Canadian national team. And so I like to feel that he's insulated with some really good people around him that can keep his feet on the ground at times in making these decisions because it really is hard. Kids nowadays coming to college almost with 1 foot out of college, already trying to get to the next level. And so it's important to have that support system around you. And I think Ben has that, and I'm hoping it's there for him.
And you, like you said, it's so important because before yesterday, he had a program that he was part of. He had a program that he could lean on and rely on, that relied upon him. Talk to us what it's like once you leave college and you make that declaration, because now your family, those around you, your support system, that Arizona program is in your rearview mirror, and there's moments where like, oh my gosh, I am now a professional, and it's not everything I thought it would be.
Yeah, and that the last point you made, that's going to happen to everybody at some point in your career, where it no longer becomes a sport and it becomes more so of a business. When you leave the U of A, or at least when now you're in the NBA, you're your own company, and it's very important that you just take care of your brand, of your product, to make sure you're always staying in shape, always taking care of your finances, and you just hope and pray that the individual going through that has all the financial planners and the agents in place that really have your well-being. One thing you had said earlier, though, even though, and I could contest to this, and now working at the U of A, even though Ben's, looks like leaving us, or when other guys go professionally, they always have a home here in Arizona and a support system. Maybe not financially, but they always have a place they can come home, receive guidance if necessary from myself or Coach Lloyd and the staff, or many others here that work in the department. So they're never alone, but at the same time, it's a cold world out there, and they're going to find out fast that it's a man's world in terms of NBA, and you just have to be ready to go day one as a professional.
I tell my boy, I remember the first time that I felt like I was standing on my own 2 feet. I went to a baseball game with family members, and we sat down, and we ate at Denny's, and I was just like, I'm used to look at the menu, I'll have whatever I want. I never worried about how much the prices were. And then all of a sudden, I remember the first time someone handed me a bill and said, all right, you're responsible for paying for your own meal. It was a shock. Do you remember that shock to your system when you had that experience post-University of Arizona? Like, oh my gosh, I am now a pro.
Yeah, you like you say, you're at Arizona. You're getting you get sneakers provided to you, some meals provided to you, and now when you're on your own, you start realizing how well you were taken care of, and so it really puts an emphasis on just being smart with your money. You hope guys are doing that, because that first check, it burns a hole through your pocket. I remember, here I am. I was a second-round draft choice by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I got that first big check. And, yeah, I'm paying the bills. But at the same time, I thought, this money's never going to end, and I can go out and get $2,000 suits and get leather couches, and I was just kind of spending a little too fast initially. That lesson, it takes a little time to sink in, but it does sink in that, hey, I got to take care of this. This money will run out at some point, and hopefully guys can be smart about that.
When I used to work with Booker McFarland, we would talk about this with his teammates. Like, what's the stupidest thing you ever bought? He said he bought like a $5,000 yellow crepe leisure suit. He's just like, I don't know why I bought it, but I did because Derek Brooks had one. Do you remember what's the dumbest thing you ever bought?
Oh, man. I mean, I got a couple suits that are staring me in the closet right now I no longer fit into. So I'm going to chalk those up as pretty poor investments. But, I like I said, I was a second rounder, so I was kind of watching my pennies. But I know guys have gone out there and, we hear about the stories of Gilbert Arenas, spending all his money on a car, or guys investing in, music industry and things like that. There's just a lot of people out there because, once again, you're now making this money, and Ben's going to realize he's going to get a lot of new family members. They're going to start coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, remember me, or, investments. And he just has to be on his P's and Q's in terms of, watching his finances and hopefully having the right people behind him.
I mean, it is funny because it is a concierge world when you play professional sports. I know around Major League Baseball, there were certain stadiums where there were guys that were able to finagle their way into the clubhouse, and you show up, and there's this guy in Oakland at the Coliseum who used to sell the really, really big Cuban link necklaces, the ones made of platinum. And he would sit there at a little card table and, oh, yeah, I like that. And he goes, oh, yeah, you want it? Great. You put it on. Great. That's $20,000. And everybody's standing there looking at you like, okay, I'm going to write him a check for $20,000 for something that I really don't even want. It is so difficult once you get that lifestyle.
No, it really is. And like I said, they come out from everywhere. You just, you want to have some fun with the money and you want to do some nice things, but, you also want to have like people in your corner. I know, speaking of, Joe McClain, who I played with as a financial advisor, one of the best in the nation, and he's all about budgeting his pro athletes and putting these guys on a budget and making sure they don't, spend beyond their means. And he's been very successful with that model. And so you just hope anybody, who leaves the U of A or anybody who plays professionally has individuals like that.
Talk to me about the University of Arizona fraternity of NBA players, of guys that have gone on to play both in the league domestically and gone overseas to play. Do you guys are you able to help and mentor and have guys come to you looking for advice, asking questions?
Yeah, it's been a long fraternity going all the way back to Coach Olson's days. So we're talking, back into the 80s. And I remember, when I was a student athlete here, coming back in the summertime and playing basketball and running into Bison Daly or Brian Williams or Steve Kerr or Judd Bushler and just picking their brains. And, I like to think that's coming back. We haven't really had that, especially with COVID these last year or so, where guys are coming back. But there's a fraternity out there. And when you see a fellow Wildcat, you're going to walk up to him and see how he's doing and have a conversation and talk about his family and maybe figure something out. And I remember being overseas and running in, to players. I ran into Joseph Blair in France. I ran into Corey Williams in Belgium. I played, against, other individuals out there. So it's a tight community and something that, we take great pride in. And not only in basketball, football as well. This morning I went to Julius Holt, Arizona letter winner and administrator and then a community leader here. He had a celebration of life ceremony, and there were just a number of football guys that were there today. Brandon Sanders and Steptoe, Glenn Howe. I could go, the Hunley brothers. I can go on and on. It's not only a basketball family; it's a U of A family, and wherever we're at, we try to support one another.
Absolutely. I was just thinking about what that must have been like with all those people, because we had so many people come on and tell us stories about Julius, and it was pretty amazing because, and I'm sorry if I get sidetracked here, but the stories that I heard were non-athletic stories that were just truly inspiring of how many people in this community he made a difference in their life. And that's really what his legacy is. It started with his journey to the University of Arizona. And boy, talk about giving back to your community.
Yeah, I mean, he is the epitome of a Wildcat and a community leader and a person who just had a big heart and a big impact on this community, whether it was, his running of the Pop Warner and being involved with them, with his family, his daughter, at South Point and now going on to Howard University. He just did so many great things, and just to see the outpouring of people that came today to share their stories. You know, the funeral home was packed. There was people. I mean, it was both rooms. The extra rooms were full. They were outside. It hopefully brought some joy to his family during a tough time. But yeah, you know, Julius was just a fantastic individual, very much along the lines of Dr. Gail Hopkins, another individual here at University who just stewarded not only student athletes, but just the community in general, and trying to make, you know, youth sports and youth athletics a real gateway for higher education and just to grow young men and women. And he's going to be dearly missed.
Reggie Gary joining us here on Wildcats Radio 1290, of course, broadcaster, University of Arizona men's basketball. In the wake of Ben leaving, that's a big void to fill. Give me your thoughts on what Tommy does now and what this team looks like post Ben Mathurin.
Yeah, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, this year was a great year in the fact that there wasn't much expectations going into it, and then very quickly we learned we had a lot of talent here. And obviously, losing Ben is going to hurt. Anytime you lose a Pac-12 Player of the Year, someone who's averaging 17 points and 6 rebounds and does a lot, it's difficult. But you know, we should take great confidence or have a good feeling about the guys returning. You know, Kirk Chris will have an additional year under his belt. Dalen Terry, who was probably our highest basketball IQ, our jack of all trades, who could do so many things. All of a sudden, last month, realizes, hey, I could become a consistent jump shooter, and so we should look forward to next year him, you know, maybe scoring and shooting at a higher percentage. And you know, I can't speak for Tommy and the staff. I don't know recruiting-wise exactly where they're at, but I'm sure they're working very hard. They're in the transfer portal. The great thing is Arizona's now back on the map in terms of a university or a program where you're going to be allowed to get up and down, that we're going to play at a high pace, that we're going to be one of the top-scoring teams. And one thing about that style is it attracts talent. And so I'm sure, Jack Murphy and Coach Robinson, all the staff are out there really selling that, hey, you could come to Arizona, you can come to Tucson, play in front of a rocking McHale Center and a great program and a great community and play your game and get up and down like we did in the 90s. So rest assured, I'm sure we're going to get some good names come in, but we have some good names already here. You know, Pella Larson will probably have a larger role going into next season. Christian Coloco, fingers crossed, will return and will become continue to be a dominant defensive player and then really solidify himself as an NBA draft lottery pick, Zudas Tabellas. And so we have some great pieces. I'm sure some more are going to be coming in, and I think we're going to continue to be excited.
We're talking right now with Reggie Gary, our guest here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Help me out with something, Reg, because you're a friend of the program, so and I trust you, and I hope you trust me when I ask you a question like this. How should people feel? Because I know there's some people in town like, oh, man, he left. And there's others like, that's great. I was talking about this to begin the program. What are the legacies of this program? Because Arizona is blue blood. All these top 10, top 20, all these tournament appearances, all these Final Four appearances. Arizona basketball is known for putting players into the league. They're known for winning. They're known for winning conference titles. They're known for winning, getting into the tournament. They're known for getting deep in the tournament. They're known for Final Fours. They're known for championship. But they're really known for putting players into the NBA. Is this something that is just, it's a blessing and the curse for the University of Arizona that you get the top talent that comes in, but you know what? We're going to see them maybe leave a little bit early because they're so good and this program is so successful that we're able to do something that everybody who ever wanted to play basketball wants to do, and we get you to the NBA.
Yes, I mean, that's Arizona brand right there, as you mentioned. I think if you go and look over the last, 2, 3, 4 decades, we're going to be probably in the top 5, if not top 3, in terms of the number of individuals we put into the NBA. And so it is a blessing and a curse. We want these individuals to stay here in the community and on these teams for 4 years and really get to know them. But at the same time, in getting them, they're such high-level players and high-level, character individuals that, if they have a good year or a good second year, they're going to leave us. And so it's a difficult pill to swallow. I know not everyone loves that model, but for the individuals like Ben Mathurin that come here, entertain us, really wear their Arizona uniform a lot of pride, we should thank them, wish them nothing but the best of luck, and get ready for the next group of guys to come in and hopefully do the same thing with them.
Again, I look at the guys. The NBA playoffs are starting. I'm going to be walking around wearing my Warriors cap. I'm a Warriors fan. Steve Kerr's the coach. That's Arizona royalty. I look at Andre Iguodala. Look at all the guys that played in the league. I mean, it's something to behold that this community produced that many NBA players that have had impacts in the league. It's pretty amazing.
No, it really is. It really is. And it speaks to the coaches that have been here and the assistant coaching staffs of their ability to go out and not only in the U.S. but now internationally and locate these individuals that are Wildcats, that embody what we take great pride in and playing for the name on the front of the uniform and not so much the back. That these guys come here, really put the hearts into the team, pour the hearts into the community, and they play well. And in playing well at Arizona means you're on a big stage. A lot of people are going to see you. Tommy's talked about, going forward, we're going to play some of the top teams in the country every single year, kind of like we used to. And so when you're doing it that way, you're on a big stage. And when you play well on a big stage, you attract a lot of attention. So, everyone should take great pride in the type of players we've been bringing here for a number of years. The fact they go on to the NBA and bring additional exposure to our university only helps us recruiting-wise. So, Arizona definitely is the place where pros want to come.
Absolutely. Are things going to slow down for you now?
Oh, man, they never slow down. That's one thing I've learned here being an administrator in the athletic department. Things never slow here. It's always trying to get better day in and day out. There's always an arm race in terms of facilities and other things. And so it never slows down, and that's what I love about the job, that I get a chance to talk about a school I love, be in a community that I love, and talk U of A with a lot of Wildcats, the people that support the program.
I just want to know when Glenn Howell's going to take us golfing again.
Man, Glenn's scared of us. I'm going to put that on the radio. Glenn's scared to go out and play golf. No, it's going to happen soon. I saw him this morning. We talked a little bit, so hopefully we'll get him out there sooner than later.
Mark that tape right there. Glenn Howell, we're calling you out. It's been a while since he's invited us to play.
I know. That it's very telling. So, but all joking aside, no, we'll get out with Glenn, and he can wear the nice, he likes to wear the fashionable pants and everything, so he'll look good, and we'll get out there and knock it around.
Absolutely. Hey, Reggie, I'm just going to tell you this. From someone who listened to you every play, all season long, doing the pregame, listening to everything, studying, taking notes, listening to the doing the postgame show afterwards. I was telling Brian, and I told this to Ryan as well, and I want to make sure I tell you. I actually went online and bought the best pocket-size radio that I could to listen to you during the game so I could take notes. And it was an educational process for me, listening to you call the games and work with Brian Jeffries. And I learned so much more. I learned something every game listening to your broadcast. I thought you did just such a tremendous job explaining the game, breaking down the game, giving us insights to the game. I just wanted to thank you because you made my job doing the postgame show so much easier because I just wrote down a lot of what you said and was able to talk about it in the postgame show. It was an amazing year. I'm so happy that we had you here on 1290 and I was able to come on before and after you. It truly was a special year.
Rich, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. And I enjoyed working with Brian, Brian Jeffries, voice of the Wildcat, talking about the game that I love. And hopefully I can continue to do that, and we can continue to have these type conversations.
Absolutely. Reg, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Best of luck. Try to take a little bit of vacation. Or, Glenn Howell, we're calling you out. We expect you to take us golfing. And, by the way, Glenn has to pay.
Yes, I agree. We're together on that. Thanks,
absolutely. All right, Reggie, bear down. Talk to you soon. Thanks.
Bear down.
Reggie Gary joining us here on Wildcats Radio 1290. That was a pretty incredible conversation. Speaking of golf, I told Glenn he has to pay, right?
He does have to pay.
Glenn, I'm calling you out right now. You have to pay. You need to take Reggie and I out to play golf somewhere in town. That's not asking too much, is it?
Not asking too much, especially if he needs any new gear or anything like that.
No, I'll bring the golf balls.
Okay.
Because I have the place to find golf balls. It's called PGA Tour Superstore. It's on Oracle and Limberlost, right next to the Tucson Mall. It's right around the corner from the station. More than likely, on a Saturday, you'll see me in there puttering around looking at everything under the sun because they've got shoes from Nike, Adidas, Echo, Puma, New Balance, Skechers. They got golf balls. They got Pro V1s, TaylorMade, Callaway, Bridgestone, Wilson. Whatever price range you want for golf balls, they got them right there at the best prices. Drivers, Ping, Callaway, TaylorMade, Cobra. Putters. Oh, they got some Scotty Camerons in there. They have some Odysseys in there. Oh, do they have some great putters and great clothing and apparel. In fact, we went in there this weekend. My wife went crazy buying golf clothes. Here's the deal. If you're getting ready to get on the links and it's going to start getting a little warm and you need to upgrade your wardrobe, you need to upgrade your equipment, whatever you need to do, here's the deal. I got a hookup for you. if you mention Wildcats Radio 1290, they're going to give you a discount. You're going to get $20 off a purchase of $100 or more, or you're going to get $50 off a purchase of $250 or more. So I saw, they had some sweet golf bags. They had University of Arizona golf bags. I think I want one, and I'll be able to get $50 off that bag by just mentioning WildcatsRadio1290.com. Now, remember, restrictions do apply. Ping, Titleist, FootJoy are not involved in this promotion. Everything else, giddy up. It's PGA Tour Superstore. They have everything a golfer could want, including professional PGA instruction right there in the store. You can take golf lessons in the store. It's at everything. All they need now is a cart girl driving around, or guy, or snacks. Probably not. But I think they have everything else. PGA Tour Superstore. Check them out. If you're a golfer, it's your favorite place to be outside the links. So they're located on Oracle and Limberlost right here in Tucson. We'll continue. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, WildcatsRadio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to hand off. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ball game. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw.
All right, we continue with you. This is Wildcats Radio 1290. Thanks so much to Reggie Gary for joining us on the program. That was really interesting.
What
the
a
difference
play by
between
McLeod. He was
and why it's
smacked,
important if you're a
but he had the
lottery pick.
presence of mind
Go,
to know
go,
where
go,
Berryhill
go,
was.
go.
He threw the ball. He
Because
underthrew the ball, and
I
Berryhill
didn't
was
realize
looking
that.
back at it. Made a great play
Lottery
on the
pick,
ball. An
3-year
amazing
deal.
play by Jordan
That gives
McLeod.
you 3 years to kind of work your way through
Brown
becoming
will
an
take the
NBA
snap
player.
A yard deep in the end
Second
zone.
round pick.
Straight back
One,
to throw. Has
2,
some
1
time.
year,
Steps in the
whatever you're going to
pocket.
get.
The Wildcats have got him
That's a lot
for
more
a
pressure for you to
safety.
perform. And again, as a look, you're just starting
Second
to play the league.
safety
You're moving to a whole
Arizona
nother
has
level.
recorded this season. It's a
I
24
thought
to
that was
12
rather
ball
interesting.
game, and the Cats will get the ball.
No, you're dealing with more
That's
minutes.
big.
You're
Early
dealing
on the
with
field
more
is a
travel.
safety.
You're dealing with
That's big
you know,
time by Arizona.
Very, very tight practice schedule and things of that nature where you've got to be here at this time. You cannot be late. Otherwise, they'll do all this other stuff without you.
No, I mean, you're a professional. You know where you're supposed to be, but just adjusting to that, and then go back to what Kelvin Sampson said about Ben Matherin. He's a day one starter.
Mm-hmm.
Now think of some of these other guys that have gone into the league or got drafted, and you get the 1 year. You don't make the starting lineup. You're getting garbage time at the end of the game. And at the end of that year, they go, well, I don't know if we're going to keep you because there's another draft class coming in behind you.
Mm-hmm. And maybe the team did a little bit worse than the year they did prior, so they got a higher draft pick this upcoming year than what they had last year. Maybe they try to replace or get somebody in the same position as you with a bit more of a higher ceiling or a lower floor, whatever the case may be. I mean, there's always a chance to improve if you're a good GM in the NBA, and you're always looking to do that. And if somebody is expendable in their eyes, you only had the 1 year. You got to hope that you're a pickup for somebody else.
Lottery pick.
Yep.
You get an opportunity. All right. So thanks to Reggie Gary for joining us. A little bit later in the program, we'll talk with Bruce Pasco, the Arizona Daily Star, Tucson.com, will join us a little bit later in the program. I did ask Reggie my question, which I think kind of might have offended some people in town, but I'm just going to tell you, we're going to ask the tough questions. We're going to ask the tough questions because if you're afraid to ask the tough questions, you'll never get the right answers. Why is it that the Diamondbacks have been futile over the last few years?
Ooh, that's a question that you're going to have a lot of different answers for.
Why are the Dallas Cowboys a train wreck, a dumpster fire?
That's one answer.
Why?
Because Jerry Jones.
No, but why is it eternally? Do you think they're not trying to win? Jerry wants to win.
Jerry wants to win. I just feel that he's got a similar issue to what I would describe as lost in an era kind of thinking. Go back a couple years ago when Al Davis was still in charge of the Raiders.
Right.
His whole mantra going back to the 70s was speed kills, speed kills, speed kills. He would spend his highest draft pick on the fastest guy at the combine.
Skeets Nehemiah.
Rather than actually.
Willie Gold.
Yeah. Looking at a guy like,
Ishmael.
Rocket Ishmael. He would always try to spend it on the fastest guy on the board rather than the guy that maybe had the best route running, the best height, the best, whatever it could possibly be to be a better overall receiver.
But that also goes back to your personal preferences.
Right, and again, that was Al's whole mindset was going back when he was.
Now,
a coach.
see, this is okay. I'm going to do. Because you slapped me around so bad to begin the program.
Right.
And the Dragon Ball cam is in full effect today.
Right.
I will respectfully disagree with you.
And I understand that.
Here's the difference between the two. That's just styles, right?
Right.
If in my eye, I will put a premium on something different than you. That's why maybe you're a better talent evaluator than I am. Maybe I think speed's the most important thing. Maybe you think route running is the most important thing. It's just our personal tastes, right?
In the end, though, we would both come to an agreement saying, well, the guy's got to catch first, right?
No. That's personal preferences.
Ooh, okay.
That's personal preferences.
Okay.
I could teach you to catch in some people's eyes. Okay, now I'm going to go back to just smacking you around because you're not following me. It's personal preferences.
No,
Do
I
want
that.
big guys? Do I want fast guys? Do I want strong guys? Do I care about character? Do I not care about character? It's all my personal preferences.
Right.
And it depends on how I cook that stew is how it tastes when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like in baseball. You hear about the algorithm that every team has.
Yes.
So every team in Major League Baseball has computer programmers up there that rewrite the algorithm and update it every single day. Boom, 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 boom. And they'll add in new little pieces, and everybody's algorithm weights different things differently. So if I'm all about power, then I'm going to give that more weight than I will on base percentage or speed or bat speed or whatever else. And it's just my personal preferences.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm talking about is, why are the Dallas Cowboys a dumpster fire? It's one simple reason. They're afraid to ask the tough questions. Teams that have sacred cows never win. Teams that have sacred cows will never win because they're afraid to ask the toughest question. So who's the sacred cow at the Dallas Cowboys?
That's Jerry.
Nobody's ever allowed to question Jerry. He's the owner. What Jerry Jones, the owner, needs to do is fire Jerry Jones, the general manager. Unfortunately, the hubris of that man could never allow him to see that he's the one who created this dumpster fire. We see it in the whole story about all the stuff that's going on in the Dallas Cowboys organization. The hubris of the Jones family is the reason why they haven't won a Super Bowl. So Jerry Jones put himself in the Hall of Fame as an owner. Really? Really? But he's a hell of a businessman, and he makes all his partners in the National Football League money. So they said, yeah, we'll give you a gold jacket even though you don't deserve one, but we'll put you in anyway. When I do my network show, we do so many shows because we're on in Dallas. We do so many shows with people that just call in and say, Jerry, do me a favor. Fire yourself as general manager. Sell the team. Here's the big question. Here's one of those questions Jerry Jones won't answer. If you sold the team, would the next owner keep your GM?
That's a way of asking that question.
I might, I'll write that down. I might use that. I'm working tomorrow night.
That might be a way to ask that question.
I gotta write that down. If the Cowboys were sold,
and maybe that's part of the problem is that certain ways that you ask the question will not provide the actual answer that you're looking for. Because again, there's always the personal feelings like, well, maybe don't you think you should go ahead and remove yourself? Like that kind of question.
Yeah,
it's going to be
so
okay. You're attacking me.
The big question is, if you don't ask these tough questions, you never have all the answers. Jed Fish has to ask the tough questions. Tommy Lloyd needs to ask a tough question of himself and his staff and the basketball program. If you have confidence and you're willing to look and really do some introspection and build this thing properly, you'll figure it out. If not, you're Jerry Jones.
Mm-hmm.
You're the Baltimore Orioles. Why do the Baltimore Orioles suck? Why do they call them the Boreals? Because they're so bad. Because their owner will not ask the tough question, am I the right guy to run this thing? Here's the tough part for owners. Owners are billionaires with a bunch of yes men around them. And I know a couple owners pretty well. They're incredibly wealthy, and everybody wants to make them happy because they're incredibly wealthy. And nobody's willing just to say, hey, owner, do you really know what you're doing? The good owners figure that out pretty quickly that, you know what, I'm a great lawyer, but I'm a crappy baseball executive. Let me find somebody who's really good at their job and let them do it. I just write the check and get out of the way. But that's awfully hard for somebody who's such a control freak and so successful to admit that he's not perfect, especially when everybody else goes, oh, Dragon Ball, you're so perfect. Oh, Dragon Ball, you're the smartest. Oh, Dragon Ball, you're so good looking. Oh, Dragon Ball, you smell divine. If everybody's filling your head, it's hard for anybody to say, Dragon Ball, you suck at this.
I can guarantee you that nobody has come up and told me that I smell amazing.
Oh, Dragon Ball, what's that cologne you're wearing? Oh, it's just you. You should bottle that. You're perfect.
I don't know when the last time I even wore cologne, let alone, bought a bottle.
Do men still wear cologne?
I mean, you do when you go out to fancy get-together. Like, if I were to go out
when I put my fancy get-to-meeting clothes on.
When you get your tuxedo on, you absolutely.
I don't wear cologne. I don't think I own any cologne.
You wear a tux and you didn't wear a cologne with it?
I don't even think I own a cologne anymore.
Well, that's just what I was saying, is that I probably haven't had to buy a bottle of cologne in almost
I used to
10
laugh.
years?
I used to, when I waited tables, I would, because you get a little ripe. You know, when you're using your sweatband of death.
Ugh, it wasn't that bad.
He was like, oh. In fact, you should look at him right now on the Dragon Ball cam on YouTube. Ugh, he's such a sweaty Betty. Now, I'd wear cologne because you get a little ripe waiting tables and tending bar all night. But I would laugh. I'd go, hey, English leather, good enough for my old man, good enough for me. Because I just go buy cheap cologne.
Man.
Like, I've bought expensive cologne before, but I'm married. I don't wear that. I did ask her the other day, should I buy cologne? She goes, when's the last time you wore cologne? I don't think you wore cologne when we were dating. If I could find cologne that smells like chorizo, I'd buy it.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
Oh, man.
No.
If there was bacon-flavored perfume,
That, I almost want to guarantee you that exists.
If you had to wear a fragrance, what would you want it to smell like?
I think the go-to would always be lavender.
There's like a lavender farm up here north.
Well, because lavender does two things. One, it's a very, very inviting smell.
Relaxing.
Yeah, it's very relaxing, very inviting smell. The second thing is that it actually, scientifically speaking, has been shown to deter mosquitoes and other insects.
Okay, that's fine. Now jump into my world. If you were going to design a cologne to smell like whatever you wanted, which would be pleasing to your senses, what would your cologne smell like?
Well, for you, it probably would be bacon.
No, for you.
Oh, for me.
Well, don't put words in my mouth.
Well, I mean,
if you're going to wear, if there was a Dragon Ball cologne, what would it be?
For me, again, I don't I can barely
video
smell.
Games and desperation.
I have a bad enough sense of smell as it is. I probably wouldn't be able to give you.
It's not that hard of a question.
I would, like I said, I probably would just pick lavender. That would just be my go-to. Now, if you're asking me what I smell like perpetually, I don't know because I don't have a good sense of smell.
You smell like video games.
It would be like
you smell like
my go-to
Taiwanese puppetry.
Right. So actually, though, if you wanted a bacon smelling cologne, that apparently does exist.
Of course it exists. No, but okay, seriously, not lavender. What is something that is appealing to you smell wise?
I'll admit that the smell of just started seasoning a grill, like a steak or something like that.
Okay, that's good. See, was that difficult?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what it is that you're asking me.
I'm just asking if you want a cologne, what would you want it to smell like?
I would prefer the lavender, but if I had to go ahead and bottle
Anybody could have lavender. I want this to be personalized for you.
That's a personal choice, but yeah, no,
I
freshly
want mine to
started,
smell like lavender.
freshly started steak, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's a good
But
smell.
then at that point, I'm just rubbing lemon pepper on myself, aren't I?
Tonight I'm barbecuing. Tonight I'm grilling. When I get done, I'm going to smell like charred animal flesh.
Yeah, but at that point, wouldn't I just be better off just like taking like a pinch of lemon pepper and just rubbing it on my neck at that point? Because I'm already going to be cooking in the summer heat as it is anyway.
Tonight I will smell like grilled sirloin steaks.
Are you cooking tonight?
Yeah, I will smell like grilled sirloin steaks tonight by about 7 o'clock. Oh, what a glorious smell that would be.
Now, are you going with the onion bulbs?
Onion bulbs?
Like the little onion. They're not like full on onion, but they're like.
No.
You don't add anything like that on your
salt, sea salt, coarse black pepper.
Oh, you gotta do more than that. Gotta get a little bit of like hickory or something like that on there.
Why did I put lavender on it?
No, I'm not putting lavender on no steak.
It's coarse black pepper, kosher sea salt, and a little dab of butter.
Okay, that's not bad.
Peter Luger style.
Peter Luger style. Okay.
You know what Peter Luger's is?
Not off the top of my head, no.
You don't know what Peter Luger's Steakhouse is? And you call yourself a carnivore? I've never been there before, but it's a dream.
I would assume that it would be a dream.
It's on my bucket
dream
list.
For me.
It's on my bucket list. It is an old school steakhouse in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, yeah, I've never been far. I've been out east to as far as Miami. I've never been more north than Pittsburgh. That is it.
And they do grilled steaks, seared grilled steaks. They put butter on it. It's one cut. It's a T-bone, half filet, half sirloin. They actually cut it backstage for you, then bring it out on a sizzling plate. Oh, it looks so good. I've never been there. I want to go so bad. Best steakhouse you've ever been to?
Shula's.
Shula's is pretty good.
Shula's is a good one.
Best steakhouse I've ever been to? Burns Steakhouse in Tampa.
Okay.
It is one of the top 10 steakhouses. It's so good, they actually give you a tour of the kitchen. You can go on a tour of the kitchen and their wine cellar.
Of course you can.
You know what they have in there? An aquifer. I think it's called an aquifer. The fish is so fresh.
Oh.
They have a big tank back there with fresh fish.
So it's basically the equivalent of what they have with the lobster tanks or whatever.
Yes.
But it's actually for...
And if in order to be a waiter there, you have to go work on the organic farm for 3 years before they even let you train to be a waiter.
Sounds like an investment.
It's the real deal.
Ooh.
It is the real deal. Okay. I don't know why we talk about you and your nonsense. If I had a cologne, it would smell like lavender. Why do I put up with your nonsense? Oh, that's right, because I don't know how to push any of those buttons in there. Well, when we redo the Dragon Ball cam, I'm going to show all the buttons you have to push in order to do the show.
It'll be interesting to see how we do that because, again, we would have to get the cable to go through the glass at some point.
We're redoing everything.
I know, but we're still going to have to get the cable to go through the glass, though.
Called Bluetooth.
We can't have a camera work on Bluetooth. That's not how that works.
Bluetooth does everything.
Not everything.
Oh, I think so. Are you done? Lavender, the Lavender Kid. Ooh. And then the new fragrance from Dragon Ball called Lavender. Now, look, watch the Dragon Ball cam. Now you see the stuff I've got to put up with. Hey, Trade Your Wealth, 321-4100, 321-4100. Go to tradeyourwealth.com, TRAJAN wealth.com. You know, we've been talking about players going into the National Basketball Association, players going on, people going to make that next big jump. There are a lot of people that make that next big jump when it comes into windfalls of money. Now, the big question is, do you hold on to that windfall of money? Because most people don't. Most professional athletes go bankrupt within a year and a half of leaving the league. 75% of the players in the NBA, 80% in the National Football League. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It matters how much money you can hang on to. That's why you have to have great financial advice, and that's where the folks at Trajan Wealth come in. 321-4100, 321-4100. Do you have a financial plan and a partner to help you execute that plan? If not, you need to talk to my friends at Trajan Wealth. They are paid to incentivize to simply grow your portfolio. They are incentivized to look after your best interests. They're not paid a commission to sell you something. They actually sit there and they go through with you what you want to do, and they help you manage your money and grow your portfolio. That's how they get paid. They don't get paid a commission for anything else other than the small fee that you set up front. And the bigger your portfolio grows, the bigger they get paid. They get paid when you make money. Pretty simple. Call them today, 321-4100, 321-4100, or go to TrajanWealth.com, TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. All right, coming up next, I want to talk about this because we have a bunch of sound from Tommy Lloyd, and I think he was asked about Christian Coloco, Dalen Terry. Should they stay? Should they go? I'll give you what I think they should do coming up next. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Coloco. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Coloco, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Coloco. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Coloco, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time.
Rich Herrera Radio Show rolls on. This is Wildcats Radio 1290. Thank you so much for joining us. I am the aforementioned host of this here program, party, whatever you want to call it. Rich Herrera, that, of course, is my untrustworthy sidekick, the Dragon Ball.
I try.
Not very hard.
Nah.
You couldn't even come up with what kind of cologne you'd want.
I mean, hey, come on. Smells are not my forte.
Oh, boy.
I'm not joking with you, Rich. My sense of smell is like one of the senses that I am like the least talented in. I do not have a good sense of smell.
So tempting. He just threw a pitch, belt high. It was a batting practice fastball, and I'm supposed to swing at it. But I have other things I need to do right now.
And it's the first pitch of the at-bat, so you can't really take a swing at that, from what I've been told.
Oh, please give me strength to have. Please give me strength to have the discipline to not go down this rabbit hole with him.
That's going to be a tough one for you.
Woosah.
That's going to be a tough one.
Woosah. Please give me the strength to not ask him why he can't smell. All right, so let's go back to what I was going to talk about earlier today before Dragon Ball's nonsense. What I wanted to ask was, I was going to say this, and I'm going to make some people mad, but I, quite frankly, don't care. Tommy, you have the cuts from today, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Was Tommy asked about Christian Koloko?
He was. They were asked about the potential chances for Dalen and Koloko to leave to the NBA and things of that nature. And he specifically, it was asked about Koloko, and he does have something here. Says that that's a decision for Christian.
Okay, well, let's hear what Tommy Lloyd had to say. Here's cut 8.
Well, I don't know, fringe. I'm sure he'll get drafted. I mean, he had a great year, and he's a great young man. Just choose wisely. These are big decisions that'll impact the rest of your life. And then ultimately, whatever decision you make, it's your responsibility to make it the right decision. That's what basically my message is to them.
Give me cut 2, because Tommy talked about how difficult the process is just to get in to the National Basketball Association. Here's cut 2 from Tommy Lloyd.
Sorry, it's taking a minute to load here, I guess.
Well, that was me, probably more than him. But I just think that, to make it to the NBA is so hard. And I think the moment, like, a player or the people around him think he's close, I think that's the moment you got to realize how far away you really are. And just taking that next, what might seem like little step, it's just really hard. I mean, that there's a bunch of incredible players in that league, and it's so competitive that, you just want to make sure your players are putting themselves in the best position to be successful, because, no matter, where you're drafted or how good people think you're going to be, it's still really hard. And so, so sometimes, I like to maybe take the pressure off the players a little bit and then have them understand, there's more than a 6-month window to make it, and so, because, hey, at the end of the day, I don't want them living and dying on every jump shot. That shot goes in, they think they've done what they need to do, and they miss the next two, and they think the world's crumbling. So that's just the way, I like to have a long-term outlook on this stuff and make them understand at the end of the day, let's get as good as you can, and then when you're ready to make that leap, it'll be pretty obvious.
That's Tommy Lloyd again talking at his press conference that he had earlier today. Here's the deal. The big question is, we know Ben's gone. We know Ben's going to the NBA. We know Ben's more than likely to be a lottery pick. Now, the big question is, should Christian Koloko put his toe in the water, and should Dalen Terry put his toe in the water? Ooh, big question. You're not going to like what I have to say, Tucson, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think, yes, they should. I think they both should put their toe in the water to see what the NBA future looks like for them today. You owe it to your family. You owe it to yourself. Now, the great thing about this is that just because you put your toe in the water doesn't mean you have to go. You could put your toe in the water. You could put it out there and get the feelers out there. And get real, honest feedback on where your game is and decide what's in my best interest, what's in my family's best interest. And I think if you don't, you made a mistake. Now, I hope Christian Koloko comes back for another year. I hope Dalen Terry comes back for another year, because quite honestly, I think it's in their best interest. But more than anything else, they need to know exactly where they stand. That's what we've been talking about all day long, asking the real question. If you're not honest and you don't ask the hard questions, you never know. You never know what's out there. Somebody taught me this a long time ago. Unless I have all the answers, I really don't know what questions to ask. Unless I have all the information, I'm kind of flying blind. So if you're Dalen Terry and some people are like, go, jump in. Yeah, you're going to go. They're going to sign you. Yeah. Christian Koloko, yeah, you're going to get drafted. Do you really know that? Do you need more information? I think both of them could use another year, selfishly for us in Tucson, but I think it'd also be in their best interest.
Bless you.
Why did you say that on the air? No one heard me sneeze.
Oh, but they saw you.
On the Dragon Ball, my allergies are killing me today.
Mm-hmm. Well, the wind's been bad the last couple of days, so I'm not surprised by that.
My allergies are killing me. So I was watching the stream, and it's funny because I'll hit the cough button, so I don't go and cough in the microphone. But then when I hit the cough button, I'll glance over at the monitor for the streaming portion of this program, and then I see the faces I make when I cough. I'm like, wow, that's worth the price of admission of watching the stream on YouTube right now.
They can go ahead. They can see the coughs, the sneezes, the
me telling you number one.
Yeah.
Playing with the phone.
No, you
having people text me during the program.
You've been good about the number one though. Not having
because I can't. Yeah, because I can't. Because now people are watching, and then it's on YouTube, Facebook Live, and then our website as well.
Yep.
So I want to see if you agree with me. Should Dalen Terry and Christian Koloko put their toe in the water and make themselves eligible for the NBA draft, knowing that they can pull themselves back out. No harm, no foul. How much would you freak out, Tucson, if they did? I think they should. I think they should, just to see where they are. And I think the feedback's going to be, you know what? You stay another year and you have a chance to be a lottery pick. And I think what Reggie Gary said is really interesting, the difference between getting drafted and being a lottery pick and how big that is. Number for you to join us here on the program, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We'll take your telephone calls. It's an interesting question. We'll also talk with Bruce Pascoe about that coming up here in just a matter of moments. He joins us at the top of the hour. I'm Rich Herrera. That's the Dragon Ball. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 to go, steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep three from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. Two tight ends. Oregon, five-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big.
Pulling on the field is a safety.
Yes. That's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear, they just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
It's the Rich Herrera Radio Show here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Thanks for joining us, everybody, on this glorious Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having the worst allergy day ever.
Again, like I said, it has been windy as all get out the last week or so.
Is that what it is? It's not windy today.
Well, no, it's not windy today, but like just because of the wind that we had, like particularly it was Sunday and Monday.
Sunday and Monday were bad.
Yeah, Sunday and Monday I noticed that it was really, really windy. And I think it's just because like it's still with all that dust still kind of like swirling in the air, you know, the pollen or whatever it is that's gotten picked up. It's kind of just lingering as
What's that time of year?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, we're getting to that point. I think when I woke up today, there was like a pollen warning from my weather app or whatever it is that I have. So, I mean, that already starts us off on a bad note.
You know that makes you old if you're worrying about pollen apps.
Well, no, I mean it's just an alert that I get on the weather app that I have, and I still haven't gotten around to deleting it from when I had it back in my days working at Keno. To watch for lightning storms, Rich. You understand?
Oh, okay. I was like, huh? What?
No.
That's when you used to be in charge of the can we say it?
The pickleball, yeah.
Yeah, and then now the pickleball community hates you.
Well, no, the pickleball community doesn't hate me.
Pickleball community does not like you because you told them everybody was old.
No, I misspoke in that my experience was that there was a lot of older players and things like that. That was my experience with it. And
then someone called up and said, I'm not old. I was born in 1928.
No. It was just I maybe have been a little bit misrepresentative to the overall pickleball community, and I apologize to her.
I've been playing pickleball since the beginning of time, and I don't appreciate you making me sound so old.
It was what it was, and again, she was cordial enough.
She was awesome because she posted you up and then just bam.
I mean, she did. I'll be totally and brutally honest. She absolutely posted me up, but like I said, I immediately.
Did that tattoo hurt?
What tattoo?
That tattoo.
Not following.
The tattoo that you had to get that says property of the pickleball community.
I didn't get that tattoo yet. I'm still trying to wait for a First Friday to try and get that tattoo for cheap.
The owned by the pickleball community, because one day we were doing the show and I just asked what pickleball was. He goes, oh, it's a bunch of old people out there. And the phones lit up and people that played pickleball called and they jumped down poor Dragon Ball's throat. It was the funniest thing ever. I'm not old. I'm 85 years old and I'm spry and I play. Hold on, my dentures are falling out. Hold on, I gotta go. Okay, my dentures better. Anyway, I'm 85. I just turned 87. I'm sorry. I play pickleball all the time. Ooh, pudding. And they yelled and screamed at Dragon Ball, and it was hilarious. Okay. Question for you, Tucson. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. By the way, Bruce Pasco joins us at the top of the hour from the Arizona Daily Star. Should Christian Coloco and Dalen Terry explore following Ben Mathurin into the NBA draft? Ooh, don't say that. Don't say that. I think he should. I think both of them should. To get a realistic expectation of where they are. If they declare and everybody puts them in the mock draft as a lottery pick, then you got to go. If you declare and the draft folks, the draftniks, and all the mock drafts have you as a free agent signee, you come back to school. If they put you in the mock drafts and they have you as a second rounder, you come back to school. More information is not a bad thing, and it's not anything that anybody should be scared of, Dragon Ball.
No, and the best thing about it with the U of A, or at the very least with the way that the Wildcats season went this year, if Coloco and Terry decide that they want to go ahead and test the waters and put themselves in, and they don't like where they're slated to go, with the success this team had this season, them returning is only like slated to improve their stock.
Well, it also will give them sincere feedback on their game
and what they need to improve.
And realistic. But now listen, the other tough part of this is, and we had a conversation with Reggie Gary. We'll have that for you coming up in our Wildcat Rewind. There's also the difference between being a college kid where everybody's like, yay, Dragon Ball, you're the greatest. Yay, Dragon Ball, you're the greatest. To a pro, listen, Dragon Ball, you can't go to your left. Your left ear is too big. Your right thumb is fatter than your left thumb. There's one hair on your left shoulder blade that I'm concerned about. It's really tough. I'll tell you this, because I have a lot of friends and people I know that have had to experience this. Once you go from potential to productivity, two things happen. And we see this in the National Football League more than anybody else, because the National Football League draft is just silly now.
Well, that's a holiday now for a lot of people.
It's the paralysis of analysis. His hands are too small. What do you mean his hands are too small? The guy rushed for 3,000 touchdowns in the Southeastern Conference. Yes, but as we look at his hands are too small, and he'll probably fumble in the National Football League. Therefore, he's going to fall to a third-round draft pick. This guy was an All-American, had 85 tackles for losses and 13 sacks in the Southeastern Conference. Bad first step, bad vertical leap. He's going to be a fourth-rounder. What happens is, if I'm going to give you $1 bazillion to play, I'm going to cover my you-know-what, because everybody is in fear for their livelihood if you're a bust. Did you ever see the movie Trouble with the Curve?
No, I have not.
I thought you'd see it. You like chick flicks.
Ha, ha, ha.
Well, just saying. I'm just saying. I was watching old black and white Humphrey Bogart movies last night. You were probably watching Color of Water or something.
I was watching I was listening to the sounds of rain and thunderstorms to fall asleep. Thank you very much.
What?
Sometimes you need a little white noise to fall asleep. That was it.
Why don't you just call me? I'll just talk.
I figured you were already doing the national show this week.
No, that's tomorrow.
Right.
What's today? Is today Thursday?
Yeah, today's Thursday.
Yeah, I do the show tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I got some guests coming on the program tomorrow. I didn't even tell you.
Oh, no. Who are you getting?
I can't tell you yet. Sean Poindexter.
That's right. Yeah, okay.
So he'll be on tomorrow. Actually, he's going to be on the network, but I taped it, so I'm going to have him on the show tomorrow as well.
He's in the USFL
USFL.
Now, which is debuting this Saturday, I believe, yeah?
So I'll have him on the program tomorrow. And I think I'm probably going to go grab one of my NBA guys, have him come on with us, and then I can use it tomorrow on the network.
Yep, because we're getting close to NBA playoffs here.
Go Dubs! Who's your team?
Oh, I'm a Suns guy. I'm a Suns fan.
What do you want to bet?
I mean, we got to get there first. We got to
no
get there.
No guts, no glory.
I have very little guts, sir. Very little guts when it comes to my money. But I will say that
I didn't say we'll bet for money. I know you.
I will say, though, the fact that, Curry's back in scrimmages today, so It looks like your Warriors are going to have at least get Steph Curry back for the first round against the Timberwolves. So best of luck with Patrick Beverley.
Not scared.
Did you see him jump on the bench or the scores table?
I watched a little bit. What do you want to bet?
Funny.
All right, tomorrow we have to make a bet then.
Tomorrow we'll make a bet.
Who goes further?
Who goes further? We'll go ahead and we'll make a bet.
What are you thinking? A reasonably priced meal at a local establishment? Or humiliation?
I get humiliated on the show as much as it is anyway, so I'll probably just go with the meal.
What?
You were hoping for the humiliation, weren't you?
What can I dress you up as?
I'm not dressing up as the hot dog stand mascot or whatever that place was you mentioned. All those
hot dog on a stick.
No.
It's an icon. It's an American icon.
I have never heard of this place, and I refuse to believe that those outfits are real.
Hot dog on a stick. I don't know. Think of what you want to bet.
I'll go ahead and I'll think about it.
Maybe I'll have to get a reasonably priced meal for you and your lady friend.
That'd be nice.
Right?
That'd be nice. Of course, that's probably months down the line with the way these two teams are, so who knows?
I'm just saying.
Yep.
Maybe a Dragon Ball t-shirt.
I mean, that'd be nice, but I mean, I wouldn't be able to wear it. I wouldn't be able to wear it on the show. You can't do
No,
that.
I don't want to see that in the studio.
Yeah, no.
What else could we bet?
I have to think about it.
You're not good at this at all.
I'm really not, because I don't like to bet.
Well, you're not good at any of the impromptu stuff.
I'm not.
Hey, so if you had a cologne, what would it be? I don't know.
I like things to be in orders. Everything has a place. Every place has a thing.
And you're the one who called me OCD the other day.
Well, no, I admit that I'm OCD, but you, with just the way that you were fiddling with that mic stand, it was actually kind of
But have you
humorous.
seen me fiddling with it anymore? Now it's actually working.
Well,
I got a better mic stand.
Now that someone fixed it for you.
Yeah, now I have. I don't know. Maybe we should let people decide what we should bet.
I mean, maybe we could do be around a golf or something. I'm not sure.
Top golf.
Top golf would be fun.
With you or are you just going to I get to go by myself?
I'd probably have to go by myself just to practice first.
I don't know. How about lunch at the food court at the mall? That seems like it would be appropriate.
That's probably right around the area that I would be comfortable with. That's probably right around that spot. But even then, if we were to go to Topgolf, I would need to get new supplies and things like that anyway, because I don't have my own golf stuff.
They have golf stuff for you.
Oh,
you don't have to bring your own golf clubs.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Now I do because
You're the guy who brings his own putter to the mini golf course. You already talked about that.
No, I haven't played mini golf in forever, but next time I do, I am bringing my Odyssey Spider putter.
That seems
it looks like
much.
the Millennial Falcon.
Yeah, that seems like a bit much.
What should I bet you? Or it could be pain. Like you have to eat flaming hot Cheetos, whatever.
We could do that. I'm
ghost
always
pepper.
Make
you eat a ghost pepper. Of course, I can't.
Okay, the actual pepper or just ghost pepper sauce on like a wing or something like that? Because the ghost pepper itself, I probably would want to avoid. I could definitely do the wings though.
All right, something to think about. We'll have a couple days to figure that out. You know what I do need to figure out, though, is what we're going to talk to Bruce Pascoe about. He joins us next. The Arizona Daily Star. Ben Mathurin gone to the NBA. Will Christian Coloco or Dalen Terry be far behind? And what did Tommy Lloyd have to say? Bruce Pascoe talks about all of that coming up next here on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Kriisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Crease around it. Drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak. Driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home. And the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball. Down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep, down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone, straight back to throw, has some time, steps out of the pocket, the Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season.
Show rolls on here on Wildcats Radio 1290, also on Facebook, on YouTube, and WildcatsRadio1290.com, streaming everywhere. We run out to our guest hotline. Joining us right now, the one and only beat writer for the University of Arizona from the Arizona Daily Star and Tucson.com, Bruce Pascoe, joining us here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Bruce, good afternoon. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me, Rich. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. All right. Worst kept secret in all of Tucson that Ben Mathurin was going to make the jump and declare for the NBA draft. What's been the reaction?
Honestly, I don't think there has been. I mean, I'm too close to it, but I just think he was expected to go. He was projected a lottery pick, and honestly, if you're a projected lottery pick and it's a rock solid projection, you have to leave. I mean, almost for sure, unless you've got some really, really compelling reason to stay in school. But because those, you're looking at a minimum of $3 million a year, and if you come back to school and either get hurt or don't improve, you're going to drop, and that's leaving potentially millions of dollars on the table. So I think everybody expected. I think even Tommy Lloyd said today that I think somebody asked him, if he had a conversation with Ben about this after the season, and even he said, no, not really. We kind of knew the direction he was going. So it was just a matter of time, really, and I'm sure maybe he wanted to sit back and take a breather after the season, but it was pretty clear that was where he was headed.
We're talking right now with Bruce Pascoe, Arizona Daily Star. So where does he project out? What does it look like for him on the next level?
Well, I mean, all the mocks I'm reading are suggesting in the 8 to 12 range, and it's still early. Those mocks can change. They're not always that accurate, but they usually are pretty accurate when it comes to the top 10, 15 guys who are going to get those lottery picks. And so I would think, his floor is probably the middle of the first round there, around 15. And, maybe he sneaks up. I've seen him as high as 6. I mean, he has that upside where somebody could, really fall in love with him and decide to go with that. It's not out of the realm of possibility for sure, because even at age 20, playing 2 years in college, there's still, it's still a lot of potential and upside he has, on both ends of the ball, really. And so, you could kind of justify picking him pretty darn high with that.
We're talking right now with Bruce Pascoe, Arizona Daily Star, our guest here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Of course, he had all the coverage yesterday, continue to have all the coverage as Ben Mathurin is declared for the NBA draft. Help me out a little bit and just maybe educate our listeners. You declare for the NBA draft, you stick your toe in the water. Now, I'm talking about for guys like Christian Coloco and Dalen Terry and anybody else who's thinking about, all right, I want to see what I project out to. How does that work when they declare? They make them. They tell everybody, hey, I'm ready to make that next level, but then they're able to pull back out if they don't get the kind of love that they're looking for.
Yeah, well, that's a good question, and it has changed a little bit over the years because the rules have changed. They've become a little more liberal on the NCAA has as far as allowing players to do certain things to test it. They can actually enter. I think the deadline to declare is April 24th, and they have until 10 days after the NBA Combine, which is typically around mid-May, to decide to come back. So that gives them a pretty big window, and they can go try out for teams. They can go to the Combine. The one thing they can't do is, sign with an agent. They can get advice from an agent, but they can't, take a lot of money. And they can't, sign card deals or shoe deals or whatever. Those are for guys like Mathurin who are, certain to stay in there. But they can do just about everything, and I think that's another example of how the NCAA has almost bent over backward just to let these players do almost anything, including transfer without penalty, test the NBA draft, which is all good. It's great for the student athletes, from that aspect. It just makes it really hard on the coaches because they don't know who's coming back until almost June, and that's really tough if you're trying to build a roster.
So now we look at it for Christian Coloco, who some people help project into be a draft pick, not lottery, but draft pick. So if he declares, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's up and leaving. I've said this all day long. I think he needs to go out there and find out what the NBA thinks of me, what the real analysis of my game is. Let them pick it apart and then make that decision. What do you think?
Yeah, that is, and that's certainly been true. I mean, now there is a process where you can get feedback from the NCAA before you even get to the point of declaring, which is what Lloyd indicated today that Terry and Koloko are doing that. And you can actually get some preliminary indication because the NBA guys they've watched all these guys. They go to practices before their seasons. They watch a lot of the games, and so they know. Like a guy like Koloko goes to them and they'll say, okay, you need to do this based on what we've seen. Sure, they could learn more in the workouts and he could learn more, but there is that process where he might say, well, you know what, I like it here. I want to keep my focus and work out in college. I like, and maybe not even go through that. But as you say, there's a lot to be said for getting that feedback and, and really getting more of a feel for what the NBA is doing when you're actually out there, because you'd be going to workouts with 4 or 5 other guys at your same position in a lot of cases, and a lot of them have declared definitively and going, and you're like, so they're fighting for their lives, and you're out there, it can be a really interesting thing. So he might do that, but there is that option where you can just say, I'm gonna stay here, and then when you do come out, you come out, definitively, like, and to some people say that actually is a benefit too in the NBA scouts' mind. They believe if you're super confident and coming out, they think more of you than if you're maybe tipping your toe in there and you're not really sure. I mean, not everybody's like that, but I think that can make a difference. So, I think it's best for maybe a player like Koloko, who really is, appearing to be on the fence, to maybe test it, but other guys may not want to.
Our friend Bruce Pascoe joining us right now from the Arizona Daily Star, Tucson.com. Download that Wildcaster app, and that way you get all of his work immediately sent to you. That's how, we were looking as the phones were blowing up. I looked down, and there's Bruce Pascoe's story delivered right to my phone in the middle of the show. Bruce, help me out a little bit. One of the things that I took away from Tommy Lloyd's press conference, I didn't get a chance to go down there. I had some meetings, so I was able to watch it online. The small, relatively small recruiting class that the University of Arizona has. Yeah. I think this is something the Wildcat fans are going to have to get used to. I don't think Tommy's going to be throwing around scholarship offers like candy the way some schools do, and I think he's going to be very strategic and tactical on who he recruits and why he recruits them. What do you think?
Exactly. No, that's exactly the case, and we saw that last summer. And I was talking with a bunch of guys who are more knowledgeable about recruiting than I am, and we were all kind of surprised, like, wow, he's really taking a different approach. I mean, with Sean Miller was kind of like, anybody in the top 10, they would or the 5-star guys they would look at, and they'd offer a bunch of guys, and frankly, they get a lot of guys. But with Tommy Lloyd, he had, I think, entering November, he had 4 offers out to the class of 22, and I think there's some sort of offers out there behind the scenes with a European player or 2 right now. But I think, so yeah, he's selective, and I think, and it may be working. I mean, because there's even been comments from some players like, when they get an offer, they say things like, Arizona doesn't give out many offers, and I'm really glad I got one. So if they, and the way Arizona played this year makes it more desirable, their style and their success, and now an offer is really worth something. So that may be a key. I mean, I think right now, you might be looking at saying, geez, they've only got Dylan Anderson for sure next year coming in, and they could lose a couple more guys. What is going on? But I think they're looking at the transfer portal. There's a few guys there they're looking at, and they definitely have their eye on Europe, and they may not lose that many guys. And the other possibility, as Tommy Lloyd's acknowledged from the beginning, is they might get a scholarship limit or 2 reduced if a penalty ever comes down from the IARP and NCAA, which probably will be somewhere into the fall. So, but they're still kind of bracing for that possibility and not filling up the roster necessarily with 13 guys anyway. I think they might only end up with 11 or 12 next season anyway.
That is interesting, the way that you put it, that you do have to take a look at that macro picture, because it's not just what Tommy has, it's also the baggage that comes along with the program that he's going to have to account for.
Yeah, and and part of it is too, even though you can't, if you get reduced on penalty with scholarships, they can't take them away from you, but especially with the way the portal is these days, if you extend a bunch of guys who might not play and could be potential transfer guys down the road, and all of a sudden you're having to cut the scholarships and you lose, and that guy or players leave and you can't replace them because now you've gotten you're only allowed 10 or 11 or whatever the NCAA says, and that can be a bad spot to put in. So I think that's one reason he's being really selective is, trying to give them only to players who he thinks, will be around for a couple of years and probably could, have that mindset that maybe could be happy, playing a reserve role, like Adama Ball, for example, did this year where they told him, hey, you're not going to play him a lot right away, but we really love your upside. And you saw it kind of play out a little bit towards the end of the year. I mean, that's the kind of recruit they're looking at really, at this point.
See, I was going to bring that up. Maybe Ben Matherin's a prototype of what Tommy's looking for, someone who has an opportunity to go play in the league, but he's not necessarily 1 foot out the door as a freshman. Stick around for 2, maybe 3 years, and because if you get a chance to go in the lottery, go ahead. But somebody who's going to be here for a couple of years as opposed to the John Calipari's one and done who seem to leave Kentucky in a lurch trying to rebuild every year.
Well, yeah, that's the constant challenge all these high major basketball coaches have in college. You need to have that mix of guys that, stick around and have some continuity, and you want some old guys. But if you recruit old guys, like senior grad transfers or whatever, you also want to make sure those guys fit in your culture, like Justin Kier did really well this year. But if you get some other grad transfers or upper level transfers like Oregon, maybe they come in and they all have their own agendas. They want to get to the league, and they think they need the ball more, and your chemistry blows up, and that can go south that way. So you have to be. It's a constant battling act, and frankly, as every coach knows, sometimes you just don't know. I mean, Lowry Markkanen was probably the best example. He was a guy who was on a 2-year plan. Even his dad said it. I mean, everybody expected him, and then he just was too good. He had to leave. But I think the upside for that is, if you have that situation, that's an easy sell point to recruits. You just say, hey, look what I did to Lowry Markkanen, and he turned into a lottery pick, and blah blah blah, and then you get other good players down the road. So that helps too. But it really is a balancing act, trying to keep that balance of continuity and experience, but and chemistry and all that. It's really really hard.
Let me follow up with that then, because again, you follow these players and you follow the high school recruiting. How important is it to the kids looking for 22, 23, 24, when Ben takes that stage and they go, and now with the 8th pick from the University of Arizona, Ben Matherin, how much does that resonate to kids that are juniors and seniors trying to decide, where am I going to go next?
Oh, it absolutely makes, honestly, I think it probably makes more difference than getting to the Final Four. I mean, because that's what players want to do. I mean, they want to have a good tournament run. That's fun, but they, more than anything, most of these guys want to be draft picks. They want to walk across the stage and put on that hat and be making millions of dollars. It's the dream. And I remember, way back when Derek Williams left, Sean Miller's first class wasn't loaded with talent, and there was like a panic that he was leaving after 2 years, but he was the number 2 pick. And I remember thinking that'll work out because he'll become a selling point. And sure enough, 2-3 years later, Sean Miller brought in some of his best classes he ever had. And, for a number of reasons, I'm sure, but one of them absolutely had to be the fact that Derek Williams, who wasn't even that high of a recruit, turned into the number 2 pick under Sean Miller. Look what you could do at Arizona. I mean, so they absolutely do pay attention to it.
Anything else jump out at you from Tommy's press conference today?
Well, I think, I mean, the most interesting thing, because we really haven't had a shot at talking to him since the season ended, was how he acknowledged that those last 2 games in the tournament against TCU and Houston were really, I think, frankly, kind of upsetting for him, in the sense that they got pushed around by those 2 teams, very physical, rugged defensive teams that played a style that just threw them out of the rhythm. And we had seen Arizona all season adjust to almost anything that people threw at him defensively, and those 2 teams did something that nobody else had. And I think he said something like, it was humbling. I mean, I think he said it struck him that at the Final Four, he was actually introduced at one of the timeouts in the championship game for being the NABC Coach of the Year. And he said, here I am walking out on the floor and feeling great about it, but I also realized, that I want to be there. Like, he wanted to be coaching in that game, and he wasn't, and he said that made him hungry. So I think that's, that's the thing. I mean, as happy and fun as the year was, and he expressed all that. I think this left a little bit of a bitter taste, which will keep him and frankly the players going into next year.
Bruce Pascoe, Arizona Daily Star, joining us right now. So what's next for Bruce Pascoe? Can you finally take some time off?
Well, I mean, it's scary to take time off in April because you just don't know. Like, literally, I bring my computer everywhere. I have a bunch of stuff pre-written. I had, Ben Matherin going to the NBA pre-written and just posted it. You just don't know when stuff's going to happen. So it really doesn't calm down until May. But I do hope to, I have some family stuff to do then, so I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope. But I do have good help with some of the guys that'll help me out if I have to take some time off. But generally speaking, April, it's in a weird kind of way. It's as intense as March is really.
Well, again, I tell you this all the time. We bring you over. I'm glad you're a friend of the program. I'm glad you're a friend of mine. Your work is second to none. You do such a bang-up job, and it was a heck of a season reading all of your missives from all over the Pac-12 and all of your insights and everything else. It's great to be able to rely on you, and I know all the Wildcat fans do, and you do such a great job. And I go on and on, but you always get embarrassed when I do, so I'll stop right there.
Well, yeah, no, thanks, Rich. I mean, once again, you're being too nice, but I mean, I'm the only one who gets to go everywhere with them, out in outside media and, everywhere they go and everywhere during the COVID year I went and you kind of get a little more insight, hopefully, and can describe things a little better going through that. And, I'm really lucky I get to do that. And yeah, frankly, it's a lot of fun, especially this last year was.
And by the way, can I ask you this? The new layout of the newspaper, pretty cool. Online.
Yeah, well, right. Yeah, no, we've done a lot of things, and some of that's in conjunction with the design center in Iowa where they have it, and I'm not exactly sure. I'm not involved in it, but yeah, I'm like everyone else. I'm just looking at it, thinking that and it's a little better organized, and you can find stuff better, and it'll learn things as far as what customized things that you click on a lot, and there's a lot of good things about it that way too. And like you've alluded to, we have all kinds of push alerts and newsletters and stuff like that you can sign up for, and it definitely helps. And we've also started doing, because we do have these early deadlines, which is frustrating for us in sports that we can't get game stories in the paper a lot of times, but we do have like a QR code that we now started running on the print edition. So even if the story doesn't get in the paper, you can be looking at the paper, you'll see a picture from early in the game with a QR code. You click on that and it goes right to the story. So that's and they say, that's been doing pretty well. So that's really makes us feel a lot better in sports for sure.
10 years ago, did either one of us know what a QR code was?
I think that was about the time, maybe, you started seeing that, like if you were out like in a grocery store or something.
Right.
Yeah, no.
For toothpaste.
Yeah. You had to download a special QR reader. Now you just point your phone at the dang thing and you're done.
There you go. Love it. Mr. Pascoe, thank you for everything. I will catch up with you soon. Like I said, thanks for all your hard work. And tell everybody, I love the new design. In fact, I need to get Ryan on to talk about the new design of the newspaper.
Yeah, he would. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
More about. I have to ask him. I'm like, hey, I didn't even know what's going on. What's going on? Right? He fills me in.
Well, good.
I mean, it's tough, but he'd be great for that.
Yeah, no, we're going to do that. Hey, thank you so much, Bruce. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.
Well, thanks for having me. Okay,
right, take care.
Take care, Rich.
Bruce Pascoe joining us here, Arizona Daily Star. We'll come back. We'll have the big story of the day. And in case you missed, we had a conversation with Reggie Gary. Those are coming up here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. and we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellis, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball. Down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's a huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep, down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps out of the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big.
Really on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear, they just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
All right, very quickly, let's get to the big stories of the day. Ben Mathurin makes it official, leaving for the National Basketball Association. No word on Christian Cloak or Dalen Terry, whether they will stick their toe into the water to see what their future in the professional basketball ranks looks like as of today. Arizona baseball wins 7-6. Chase Davis goes deep for Grand Slam to knock off the Utah Utes. Back on the air tomorrow, 10 a.m. That's right, 10 a.m. Friday morning. Cats take on Utah. Ben Duganey's decided to go into the transfer portal. We'll look for a place to play next season. And the University of Arizona men's tennis team can win their first ever Pac-12 title if everything plays out right this weekend. Way to go, Clancy. Come on, bring back that title. Clancy Shields and the Arizona Wildcats. Those are the big stories of the day. Today's program brought to you in part by PGA Tour Superstore. Summer's here. Time to relax. Time to play golf. If I wanted to take Dragon Ball out to teach him to play golf, are you any good at golf?
I am not that good at golf. It's been a long time since I've even tried.
But you know what? I can make you look good by taking you to PGA Tour Superstore.
Ooh.
Simply, here's what I would do for you, Dragon Ball. If I took you to PGA Tour Superstore, I'd be able to get you a set of clubs because they have the biggest selection. They could custom fit clubs for you right there. We can get you a putter. We can get you golf shoes. They have all the top brands and a huge selection. Get your golf glove. We get you golf balls. We get you everything you possibly can need, except learn how to hit the ball straight down the middle. We could do that for you too at PGA Tour Superstore because there is professional PGA instruction right there on the premises. How about that?
Sounds like a deal to me.
I think we can make a golfer out of you by just taking a PGA Tour Superstore.
I think we got a shot at it. Any
Hey,
chance
listen,
I can get on the tour.
I don't know if I can get you on the tour, but I know I can get you looking good with all the latest. And they have everything from Nike to Under Armour. You name it, they have it. Adidas, Puma. We can outfit you and make you look like Tiger Woods or Ricky Fowler. Probably not.
Maybe not, but we can try.
If you're a golfer, it's the one place you got to go to get everything from equipment to golf bags to shoes, everything else. Then I've got a great deal for you today. All you have to do is simply mention WildcatsRadio1290.com or The Rich Rivera Show when you check out. And they'll take $20 off a purchase of $100. They'll take $50 off a purchase of $250. Golf bags, clothing, putters, drivers, irons, you name it. They'll take care of you at PGA Tour Superstore. And they have the widest selection. You name shoes, Nike, Adidas, Echo, Puma, New Balance, Skechers, everything. FootJoy, you name it, they got it. So again, if I ever decide to make you a golfer, that's where we're going to take you, Dragon Ball. Now remember, for our special offer, restrictions do apply. Pink Titleist FootJoy, not included in the special offer. Everything else, let's go. So they can even make Dragon Ball look like a golfer. All right, coming up next, Dragon Ball has our Wildcat replay for you on 1290.